Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today myself Najia and my friends Faiza and Zo we will discuss on co-transport mechanism of cell membrane transport. So let's begin.
Co-transport, also known as a secondary active transport, is a biological mechanism that involves the simultaneous transport of two substances across a cell membrane by a single protein or protein complex. Relying on the electrochemical gradient created by primary active transport, it involves symporters and antiporters and does not directly use ATP. Mechanism. A classic example of co-transport is the absorption of glucose in the intestinal epithelial cells. In this process, active transport of sodium ions. Sodium ions are actively transported out of the epithelial cells into the bloodstream via the sodium-potassium pump, creating a low concentration of sodium inside the cell. Facilitated diffusion. This low internal concentration allows sodium ions to diffuse back into the cell from the gut lumen through a sodium-glucose symporters, which simultaneously transport glucose against its concentration gradient. Then glucose release. Once inside, glucose can then exit the cell into the bloodstream through facilitated diffusion via another transporter. This mechanism allows glucose to be absorbed efficiently even when its concentration is higher inside the cell than in the gut lumens. Here's the 3D visualization of the mechanisms.
Let's take a closer look with a classic example. Glucose absorption in the intestines. First, sodium ions are actively pumped out of the epithelial cells into the bloodstream by the sodium-potassium pump, creating a low sodium concentration inside the cell. This sets the stage for sodium ions to diffuse back into the cell from the gut lumen through a sodium-glucose symporter. As sodium flows back in, it brings glucose along for the ride, against its concentration gradient. Once inside, glucose exits into the bloodstream through facilitated diffusion. This elegant process ensures efficient glucose absorption, even when its concentration is higher inside the cell than in the gut lumen.
I hope you guys are cleared about the visualization video. So let's move on to the application of co-transport mechanism. First in healthcare. SGLT2 stands for sodium glucose co-transporter 2. These inhibitors reduce glucose reabsorption in the kidneys, lowering blood sugar in type 2 diabetes. They also reduce heart failure risk through diuresis, weight loss, and improved cardiac function. In conditions like short bowel syndrome, enhancing sodium glucose co-transport improves nutrient uptake. Then, in case of electrolyte balance, oral rehydration solutions use these sodium glucose co-transport to aid water absorption and rehydration and rehydrate patients with diarrhea. In case of agriculture, nitrogen transporters like NRT1 and 2 enhance nitrogen uptake in plants. This reduces fertilizer use and environmental impact. Then HKT transporters. They are derived from saltwater relatives and genetically engineered into crops like durum wheat, resulting in increased yields under saline conditions, demonstrating co-transport mechanisms for challenging environments. Then water and solute co-transport. Proton pumps drive water movement within the plants, crucial for root pressure generation and cell elongation, especially in drought-prone areas where efficient water use is vital for crop survival.
About application in drug delivery, cyclodextrin-based carrier, utilized in the creation of multifunctional co-deliver systems, particularly in cancer therapy, which enhance therapeutic efficacy and overcome drug resistance due to their self-assembly properties. Overcoming drug resistance, co-transport can be used to deliver multiple drugs to specific cell types, such as tumors. This can help overcome drug resistance and increase the effectiveness of cancer therapy. Brain targeting therapy. Co-transport can help drugs according the blood-brain barrier to treat neurological conditions. The following is our reference. That's all of us. Thank you.